everybody? Norm from Tested here at Wonderfest 2026's recreation of the original Van Nuys model shop with Jonathan Faber. Jonathan.
Norm, good to see you again.
Great to see you. Annual meetup.
Yes.
Last year, we chatted about, well, your Vader TIE Fighter.
Yes.
But you reminded me that it was almost 10 years ago where you showed me your work in progress on the original TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
A perfect replica. Now, I know you have a busy day job. You're a modeler, a fabricator in the effects business.
Yeah.
But, you're the TIE Fighter guy.
Seems to be what I make.
Tell me about this TIE Fighter. Are you finally happy with this?
No.
No?
No. I'm actually,
okay, well, tell me what it took to get to this point.
A lot of work. Actually, I mean, it's like every other build, every studio scale Star Wars build, you build off of everybody else's information, like all the model kit parts and all the kit scans and the IDs, and you get a lot of help from everybody else. And I was lucky enough to work with somebody who had an actual casting of a TIE Fighter. So I took a bunch of measurements off of that to build mine. And then...
Did you start from the cockpit outward, or did you go from wings inward?
No, I started from the cockpit out. So
okay.
Because I knew the ball was 5 1/4. So I started with the ball and then worked out from the ball to the
And that
wings.
was what I saw last. It was just that ball.
Raw ball, just the raw acrylic ball, yeah. So it's two hemispheres, and then each line is scribed in.
Oh, whoa, so your margin for error is 0.
Yeah, 0. Well, I mean, you can go back in and bondo them and redo them, but
okay.
it's a pain.
And is the hemisphere line then covered by these two parts and the wings and the struts?
So it splits top to bottom, and then the seam is covered by the seam covers.
And then for the additional greeblies, are you carving into the ball itself to mount them, or are they all mated on a curved surface?
Made it on a curved surface. Like there's these little flat panels here are all vacuform styrene. So I did a vacuform over the ball before I did any machining. And I did like 4 or 5 of those to have enough. And then once I machined the ball and sort of got the scribe lines in, then I cut each one out to the right shape and then glued that on. And then glued the model kit parts on top of that. You
didn't have to adhere to your hero ball with every piece initially.
Right. Yeah, because you could put it on, test it, like, oh, that's not right, and then redo it and then test it again.
Got it. What about the hatch? Okay, tell me about the hatch.
Actually, the hatch, I don't know what it is, but the hatch is my favorite part.
Oh, okay.
Some of the top hatch just screams TIE Fighter to me.
Yes.
But the top hatch it's another acrylic sphere that I cut out, and then I laid out the windows and cut out the windows, and then it's more vacuform on top of that. So it's more layers and layers of vacuform, and then finally model kit parts. And
is it the same diameter sphere, or is it slightly different?
The same diameter.
Same diameter.
Yeah.
But you offset it a little bit to make it look like a hatch, or is it supposed to be a...
No, I tried to copy what they did because theirs aren't exactly perfect. So it's a little bit offset, a little bit of a step between the hatch and the body of the TIE. So.
This is what you were telling me last year. You, in your replication of even like Vader's TIE Fighter, you want to bring out even the inaccuracies, the asymmetries, just even the casting errors from that reference, and recreate that. That's part of your goal.
Yeah, I try to copy all the errors that they did onto mine. The only thing I don't do is I try to cast them without bubbles, whereas the real ones have a lot of bubbles.
Okay.
It's a hard decision because if you see one with a lot of bubbles, you're like, well, it looks right, but something in my brain, like I got to do it without bubbles. So.
Yeah. So let's talk about the wings then, right?
Yeah.
And these panels famously were, what was it, Cool Shade?
Cool Shade.
Cool Shade. Remind folks out there, what was Cool Shade?
Cool Shade was basically a window treatment, but they would put it inside of the glass of windows, and it was brass louvers, so that it would allow you to see through the window, but it would block the light from coming in.
It was like a tinting, but a physical tinting
like a physical
solution.
Tinting,
of a manufactured product sandwiched between glass.
Yeah.
And so the original ILMers, they took that, and that's what the grill is.
Yeah. And you can still get this today. You can still get Cool Shade, but the modern Cool Shade is like 19 louvers per inch.
Oh, so the actual distance of spacing.
Yeah.
They've changed the tooling.
Yes.
They've changed the manefacture of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bunch of brass strips and then brass wire, and the brass wire is braided around each one, each level.
Got it. So it's not even tooling. It's just like the way they laid them out in their jig or however is changed.
Yeah.
Wow. So is this?
This is original. This is
original Cool Shade.
Vintage 1970s Cool Shade.
Cool Shade. How hard is that to get?
Now it's very hard. When I bought it, it was hard, but now it's very hard. Because I bought it like 10 years ago when I was working on building it, and now it's crazy expensive too.
And I mean, I don't know if I'm telling the viewers out there, but when I look at it, I can tell it's not 3D printed.
Right.
I can tell it's not cast or recast.
Yeah.
Like it is a real manufactured part.
And there's something about the way the light hits it, because each one is different, each going different directions, and so the light hits it in a different way, and it's like, oh yeah, this is not just a cast, it's something. Unfortunately, there's a couple areas where it's a little wavy, but
that's part of it. That's exactly part of it. Can you give a sense of how much how much area of cool shade you need to get 4 sides of a TIE fighter?
It's like 3 or 4 square feet of cool shade.
Cut very precise, patterned in a very precise way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The largest piece being like this top panel.
Yeah, the top panel is the biggest piece. And then it's also getting it, since it's louvered at a certain angle, you have to make sure you don't flop it so that the louvers
it's all one side.
Way. Yeah.
You can't mirror.
Yeah. Well, the inside is mirrored from the outside, but so it's all got to be going the same way on the inside.
Oh my gosh.
So, and the outside, but.
Wow. And so it's layered on each side.
Yeah.
It's its own.
There's cool shade on this side, and then the outside is a separate piece, so they come together to make one wing.
Wow. Is there a styrene sheet in the middle that they're sandwiching?
Mine has 0.015 sheet of stainless steel.
Oh, for structure.
For structure, yeah. And for strength.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that how most TIE replicators do it?
I've only seen one other person do it. I'm not sure how they did it on the real ones, but for mine, I wanted to make sure that the wing stayed perfectly straight and that it could stand on its wings.
No wobble.
No wobble.
Yeah.
The unfortunate side effect is it's heavy.
Yeah?
It makes it heavy.
And that must be different than the original Hero.
Yeah, I would imagine this is probably lighter or heavier than the original, but.
Yeah. Okay, and then finally going to the outer side of the wing. I mean, I know here, this is like something by Jason brought, but like, this is one piece.
Yeah.
Are you building it out as if it's one piece and then layering it in, or are you doing
individual? I did one master. So I cut the outside shape out of acrylic, laser cut acrylic, and then I glued on like there's like styrene ribs, and then all the model kit parts are glued on to make the detail. And then I molded it, and so I molded it in cast 4. So there's 4 of those wing stars on each TIE fighter, two for each wing.
And so what's on the outside is essentially what's on the inside, minus the where the struts actually attach.
Yeah. So where the struts actually attach on the inside, there's a cover on the outside. So it takes up basically the same space.
That's efficient.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. I don't know how you can still be unhappy with this. Let's go back to the beginning, because you're walking me through this incredible amount of detail. You only have so much cool shade left.
Yeah.
How can you be? What revisions would you want to do?
Well, luckily, I think the wings are okay. They might be, I just discovered, might be a little bit small, but this area here on the pylon is too narrow here.
Oh, it needs to be just a wider taper.
A slightly wider taper to it. So that's the part. Luckily, I still have the master, because this is a casting, like they did in the real ones. They made one master and then cast all the TIE fighters. So on mine, I still have the master, and I'm going to go back in and flare that out a little bit more and remold it and then rebuild the thing.
Got it. And you've designed it to be disassemblable. It's modular enough that you can reuse the wings.
Yeah.
You're happy with that? You don't want to find more cool shade and redo the wings. You're done there.
I already dropped one down the stairs once, and that was enough for me.
Wow. So TIE Fighter, you will have your improvements eventually.
Yes.
It's good enough for the model shop here. You've done Vader's TIE Advanced. You've done a TIE Bomber.
Yeah.
What's there left to do? Interceptor?
I will do an interceptor eventually.
Okay. What about the Andor
TIE
Fighter?
The Andor TIE Fighter.
Attack Fighter?
I'm actually not a huge fan of that one, which I know is heresy, but yeah, Interceptor I'll definitely do.
Yeah.
And then, get this, I want to get this redone, and then after that I want to do a Y-Wing. So,
all right.
I love the Y-Wing.
All right. I can't wait to see you take on those projects, the Y-Wing, but you got to have your lineup of TIE fighters.
Yes.
Jonathan, what an incredible job. You know, you might be unhappy with it, but when I look at it, it's beautiful.
I appreciate it.
It's so fitting here in this Van Nuys model shop.
It's fun to see it in here.
Kevin,
good to see you again.
Great to see you. Hey, we're in the past.
I'm 10 years old right now. This is like
1976.
you dreamed of standing in the shop. You know?
Yeah. Well, you're in the photo because you are wearing the shirt along with the guys who built these other models. But I want to talk to you about the model you built and the set of models that your models lives among, which are the Y-wings.
Yeah.
So I see like 3 and a partial Y-wing here. This was what's in the photo. The model team built, is that all they built, or did they build more?
There were more. There was like pyros and stuff like that. In fact, mine was a pyro that never got blown up. So there isn't a whole lot of reference on it, but it actually was redressed for Return of the Jedi, and then it was all doctored up and wired and all that kind of stuff. So mine was actually simpler to build then because there was less pipes, less wiring and stuff like that. So.
But the one you're referencing, the one you're replicating, had a whole life of its own. In the photo, it's a pyro. You said redress, reuse.
Yeah.
And is there enough reference to make this?
There was like a 1-page in Chronicles of the original.
Yeah.
Highly washed out with the paint and stuff like that, but you could see where all the pipes and everything were and the patterns on the head and things like that. So, you know.
So when I look at an X-wing, an easy way for me to distinguish like which X-wing it is to look at the wing, right? The markings, right? Which one's Red 5, which one's Red 1. How do you distinguish between Y-wings when you look at the studio scale models?
Well, I mean, some of this is the heads. I mean, they all have different patterns on them, different colors.
When you say patterns, the panel line patterns?
So there's like 2 lines on this one.
Okay.
There's no lines. This one has similar, but has 1 line. This one as well. This is basically a head of this one.
Got it.
That was sitting there. But the bands especially too. This is more of a brownish. That's more of a, you know, just kind of wash through. And this is more of the standard colors. But then like this one's called triangles, and it's because it's got triangles on. You know.
These are the nicknames.
The nicknames and things like that.
Okay,
you know,
so triangles has triangles. I know there's a tie killer that's not on here.
That was not on here. We had 2 gold 2s, so tiger sprockets, because there's tiger sprocket there.
Tiger sprocket is a nickname.
Because you'll see the differences there.
Oh, so, okay, tiger sprocket is a nickname for this one. That's a tiger sprocket. And these are just 2 different found parts.
Just found parts, yeah.
2 different found parts. But that's a known part now.
But yeah, but if you look at all the piping especially, mine was just a pyro, so it had basic piping on it. Very simple color scheme. No R2 slot or some droid slot, things like that. And then like the back end, if you look at the steering vanes, that was actually pretty close to red jammer. So, you know, we had a little time to do this. So when we decided we didn't have a gold 3, I had a boxes of old parts and stuff, so I kind of cobbled together, and that was basically Red Jammer's back end. But like for Jedi, they redressed this one. They had a Ferrari kit, and they actually put these all little curlicue pipes. It looks like macaroni almost all over the ship.
Wow.
And really doctored up the paint and things like that. But a lot of the differences are just in the heads and the parts that are in this section. For instance, like on mine, there's a section back in here behind the shoulders. It actually is a cutout piece from the back of Gold Leader, I believe, from back here. So it saves you buying a whole bunch of model kits, and you just cut that part out and put it in there.
And that's how the original one was.
That's what we saw in the reference. So yeah.
Wow. Is more information still coming out about Y-wings?
Yeah, in fact, there's people working on, you know, upscale new Y-wings based on some of the new information. But you know, to have the 3 here, you know, X-wings, we were able to get enough people to build them, but to have these was basically, anybody got a Y-wing out there? Anybody got parts? Anybody got, can we build a couple quick?
Yeah.
So I'm pleased with, you know, this is just, like I said, I'm 10 years old again, just standing here, because it's like you saw this picture, but you didn't realize, like when you hold this, how big it is and all of these, and you're standing there, it's like, wow, the picture doesn't do it justice, because this is crazy how scale of what this really is here. I think for a lot of us that were involved in this, it's just, this is like, was a dream for all of us. It started as just the table. Hey, let's do the room, somebody said. And so it ended up being this whole group effort of just finding everything that's so close to what they had. And that's so satisfying to see this now.
Again, congratulations. It's great work.
Thanks, man.